Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you the first things to do after setup on your Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. So as you guys can see, this phone has been freshly set up. It is not even connected to the Wi-Fi. It has nothing. So this is how the phone looks after the setup. And now I'll show you the first things to do. So starting off, we're gonna go over and open up the app drawer, then enable the settings, or go to the settings, and here we need to go to the network and the internet. Go to internet, and right here we will select our network. So we want to connect to the Wi-Fi. Now I'll connect to my network right here. And all you guys have to do is enter the password and then click connect right here. So I'll quickly do that off camera and I'll see you guys in a second. So as you guys can see, I am now connected to the network. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna check for system updates. So let's go over to the main page. And here we need to scroll down until we see the system. Now here in the system, we want to go over and scroll down to the software update. So it is right here. And now click on the system update. As you guys can see, the system update is available for me. And this update fixes critical bugs and improves the performance and stability of your device. So it is almost 600 megabytes. It will take a very long time for me, so I'm not able to do that right now, and I'm also on low battery. So this is where you guys can check for the updates and eventually do them. And here in the app updates, you guys will be able to see the apps that you will need to update that are either essential or that these are the apps that you're using on a daily basis. So now after checking it all out, let's add a Google account and then update the apps via the Play Store. So we're not gonna waste our time by adding the account first. We're gonna go ahead and click on the Play Store. We're gonna sign in right here so we don't waste our time. Now it will check the info. Here we need to sign in, so just enter your email, and after entering your email, you guys need to enter your password. So I'll see you guys in a second. Now after entering your password, you guys will need to choose who will be using this device right here, and I will be using this device. If you select my child will be using this device, then the steps may vary a bit, but still all you have to do is just accept the things. So I'll click next, then agree to the terms of service, and you need to wait a second. Now here you guys can enable the backup, so you guys either enable it all or disable it. Now let's click turn on backup. It's very important. And as you guys can see, now we are welcomed to the Google Play. Now here we have the apps that we can either rediscover or install from the new device. So here you guys can do that. You guys can click install and every single app here will be installed, but I'll skip it for now. And here we need to select how we want to verify our purchases. So of course I'll use the password, and I'll see you guys in a second. Now as you guys can see, we can enable the local recommendations in the Google Play. I'll say no thanks, but you guys can choose whatever you want. Now for the updating apps, we need to click on our profile picture right here, and then here. So we want to go to my apps and games. Now here we have the updates available, and as you guys can see, I have 49 updates pending, and all I can do is click on update all and let it upgrade in the background, because this won't take a lot of percentage of our battery, so we do not need to worry about that. And besides that, we're not doing anything that requires the Wi-Fi connection, so I'll let it download and we'll come back to it later in the video. So now, after updating the apps and adding a Google account, we want to go over and set up the screen lock and everything. So go over to the settings by going into the app drawer and then clicking on settings. Now I'll go back to the main page, and here what we want to do is we want to go over to the security and privacy. Now after going here, let's go over and select the device unlock, and here you guys will need to set screen lock. So you guys can use either none or swipe, but both of these settings are actually not even safe, so I do not recommend that. Now we have the pattern is okay, it's great, but it's not the best, and the pin and the password are literally insane. So I'll go for the pin, and as you guys can see, I'll create a pin that is very easy to guess, so make sure that you do not use the same pin. Now here you guys can choose how do you want your lock screen to show. So the first one is the show all notifications content. The second one is the show sensitive content only when unlocked, or free, don't show notifications at all. So I always choose this option right here in the middle, clicked on, and as you guys can see, now our screen lock is purely set up. Now we can go over for the fingerprint, and here re-enter our pin and click more, and I agree. Now click on start, and you will need to put your finger on the screen, so put it like that. So I am not able to set up the fingerprint because of my screen protector, but all you have to do is set up by clicking here. Now as you guys can see, I cannot do that because of my screen protector and it's just too thick, so that's how I know that it works. But unfortunately I cannot set up the fingerprint, and I sadly have to skip this option. But all you guys have to do is just tap your finger here and release it once you hear a vibration. So I'll skip it and I'll move on to the face unlock. Let's click on I agree, and we need to place our phone in the circle. So all we have to do is just point this camera at us. So I'll see you guys in a second. So as you guys can see, it says looks good, and now we can pick up our phone or tap the screen and we can use our face to unlock it. So I'll quickly see if that works. Now the pin is required now, so I'll enter the pin, and now I'll easily unlock my phone with just the Face ID. So this works very well. Now after that, you guys can set up your watch, but I do not have a watch with me, and the theft prediction is something that is worth looking at. So you want to enable the theft detection lock. Now if someone abruptly takes your device, then tries and run away, then your screen will be locked, and all you have to do is unlock it whenever this is a misdetection. So when you actually get your phone locked, then all you have to do is just enter the pin to it and it actually fixes the entire problem. But still, it's very great if the thief does not your password, and I recommend leaving this setting on. Now, after that, what you guys can do is go over and set up the Google Wallet. So scroll up and go to the Play Store. Now, as you guys can see, we are checking for the apps update. Every single update went through. So go to search and make sure that you have the Google Wallet installed and that you did not uninstall it. Now, as you guys can see, I did not have it, so I'll have to quickly install it, but it takes less than 5 seconds, so all you have to do is just wait for it. So after installing the app, let's go over and click open, and here, as you guys can see, the account action required to use Google Pay. Now all we have to do is check our notifications here. So as you guys can see, there is nothing, and here you guys should try and uninstall it and install it again, and it should work. So I'll see you guys in a second. So I'm after the second install. Now whenever I open the Google Pay, as you guys can see, it will ask us if we want the notifications. So I'll click on allow, and as you guys can see, everything is right here. So now if you want to set up the Google Pay, let's go over and click on the plus button right here. Select what you want to add to your wallet, like payment card, transit card, loyalty card, or a gift card, or basically anything else, like as you guys can see, an event ticket, gym membership, or an insurance card. So you guys can choose it here. Now I'll go for the payment card. So here, as you guys can see, you need to have the card physically with you. I do not, but all you have to do is either enter the card that you have saved in your Google account, but you will still have to confirm the digits and the security code. So here we can click on the new credit or debit card and scan it with our picture. So sometimes it is the option at first, but here it's at second. So now, as you guys can see, here we can line it up with the frame. So the frame is right here. And now you guys can also enter it manually. So it's a 50-50 on what you actually get here. Like if you have to enter it manually, or it will ask you to scan the camera. Now here, if you added your card, then you'll be able to pay with your device. Now, as you guys can see, I have a lot of passes right here. So if you do not have the same ones like me, do not worry, they are based on the region, and there's a lot of them. Now, after setting up our wallet with the payment card, transit card, or basically anything else, all we can do is optimize our battery. So this is the last step of today's video. We're gonna go over to the settings, and right here in the settings we want to go over to the battery. Now here in the battery, as you guys can see, we have the battery usage, we have the battery saver, health, widget, diagnostics, and the battery percentage. So here we can enable our percentage. Now as you guys can see, I am on 19%. You can see it either here or here. This is where we enabled it. Now here we have the battery saver. We can enable the standard one or the extreme battery saver. And here you guys can choose apps that you want to use on the extreme battery saver. Now here we have the adaptive battery. I would recommend enabling it because it learns from our phone usage. And here we have the battery health, so information about our capacity, cycles, and basically here we have everything. Now charging optimization, here we have the adaptive charging, so it's actually very good. You guys can limit it to 80% to prevent the battery lifespan, but adaptive charging, it basically finishes charging up to 100% right before you would unplug. So for an example, it will charge 80% and then it will slow down. It will basically trickle your battery to make sure that you preserve the lifespan. Now moving on, we have the battery widget. You guys can add it to your home screen if you'd like, but I am not a big fan of it. I think it looks very crappy or just messed up. Now here we have the battery diagnostics. We can actually ask for, let's say, battery draining too quickly, and as you guys can see, the results is that the battery settings is normal and all settings are optimized, so that's good. Now let's go back. Here we have the issue with charging and no issues with charging found, and it's the results from last 7 days, so it's approximately 8 or 9 charges. Now here we have another issue. You guys can choose it here. Now we have the battery percentage, and that's basically the optimization of your battery. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, then leave a like, subscription, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to fix battery percentage not showing on Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. Let's begin. First of all, as you can see here, we don't really see our battery percentage, so let's quickly fix that. First, head into settings, then scroll down a little and enter battery. And right at the bottom of battery settings, we should see battery percentage. We can simply click it, and now we have the ability to see our battery percentage. And that literally is it. If you found this video helpful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time. Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to fix your fast charging not working on Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. Let's begin. Okay, so by default the fast charging is actually enabled, and what's really interesting is that you cannot really disable this. Here's what I mean. If we go to the settings and then scroll down and head into battery, you cannot really see the ability to disable fast charging anywhere. Like, seriously, we can go into, for example, the battery saver and we have nothing. We only have some adaptive battery which saves battery life, but there is nothing really related to the charging. Like, seriously, if we go to battery usage, we also don't have anything. And the only thing that's remotely close is going to battery diagnostics and then getting into issue with charging. And as you can see, at least for me, no issues with charging have been found. So if you have no ability to if you have no issues with charging, you can also just perform this diagnostic test anytime you want. You should have your fast charging working. Seriously, the only reason that it may not be working is because it's not really timed or labeled as fast charging. It's just normal charging rate nowadays. But yeah, however, if you have more information, we can, for example, go into contact support and you can always try to contact your support. Yeah. And that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time. Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to fix screen rotation not working on Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. Let's begin. So, first of all, we want to expand the control center twice and then move our finger to the right. And right here in the top left corner, we should see Auto Rotate currently being set to off. This means that if you would go to application that supports both portrait and landscape mode, for example, let's go into later, and we would try to rotate our device, we'll see that nothing is really happening. We only see a little icon in the corner, and if we click it, we do the rotation, but it's not really automatic, is it? It's just manual. So instead, let's make it automatic by expanding the control center once again, going right and going into Auto Rotate. Now we can go and try to rotate our calculator once again. And as you can see now, it's working flawlessly. Of course, if you still have some troubles with the auto rotation feature, I would just advise you to once again go into Control Center, but this time head into the power button in the bottom left right corner and then hit Restart. I know that this may seem kind of silly, but trust me, it does really help. Whenever you reboot your device, you're not only rebooting the software but hardware as well, including gyroscope, which, as you can probably tell, is responsible for screen rotation feature. And generally speaking, having a nice habit of rebooting your phone once in a while is very good and very healthy for your device. Yeah. And that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to clear cache and thanks to it speed up your device. So all you have to do is to go to the settings. Let me go back. Here we have to localize this option apps and go to see all 40 apps, of course 40 in my case. Now we've opened the full list of installed apps which we've got on our device, and what I highly recommend to do is to go through all of those apps and remove cache. So let me start with, for example, maybe contacts, I don't know. Just tap on the specific app and then go to storage and cache. As you can see here, we've got this cache section, and all we have to do is to tap on clear cache. Our device will immediately remove cache. Basically, cache are junk files which are saved by your device, but they are not necessary for the usage of the app. So I highly recommend clearing the cache. I do not recommend tapping on clear storage unless you wish to use a brand new app without any kind of information or data. So this is how to clear cache, and as I said, go through all of those apps listed right here and clear cache wherever you can, especially from those apps which you're using frequently. And after that, I highly recommend simply restarting your device. So all you have to do is to press the power button, which is right here, press it long enough until you'll see this pop-out window, and tap on restart, and your device will automatically power it off and then power on again. And basically this operation will, I would say, confirm all of the changes you've made by removing the cache. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to fix auto brightness not working on Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. Let's begin. There's actually only one thing you can probably do to fix your auto brightness not working. First, you want to simply head into your settings and then scroll down a little and enter display and touch. In here, right at the bottom, we should see our brightness level and right below adaptive brightness. If you have this setting enabled, then you should be good to go and you should be able to just use it as normally. However, if you have it disabled, then the auto brightness feature simply won't work. So make sure it's enabled. And then, as you can see, the brightness level should automatically adjust themselves. However, if you're still struggling, you can always lock your screen. You can always take some sort of microfiber cloth, for me it's something like this, and then you can give your device a nice little scrub like this. And with that out of the way, we should be able to, of course you want to focus on the sensor here, because thanks to those sensors, the camera can actually know and detect the light levels around you. However, if you're still struggling with the light levels specifically, you can always go into the control center and just reboot your device like this. I know that this may seem kind of silly, but trust me, it does really help. Whenever you reboot your device, you're not only rebooting the software but hardware as well, including those sensors that are responsible for detecting the light levels around you and then actually feeding that information to auto brightness feature. So if you have troubles with that, you can always give them a nice little reboot. And generally speaking, rebooting your phone from time to time is very good practice. And that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time. Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to fix your phone heating while charging for Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. Let's begin! Now, for the very beginning of the video, I want to just mention that it's completely okay if your phone heats up while you charge it. It's completely normal, and this is basically just how battery works. However, if your video and your battery is heating up very high, like incredibly high, then this means that you probably want to have it checked. But of course, technically we can't really be sure how high the battery should be. I would say that generally speaking, if it's so high that you can barely touch it, then you probably should worry. But if you're not, you don't really have anything to worry about. However, we have the ability to simply go into our settings, then scroll down and go into battery, and finally go into battery diagnostics. Then we can go into phone is very warm, and as you can see, we don't really have anything because our device isn't really being charged up now. But if we would, then this means that, well, unfortunately, we would have to, well, basically connect your phone to the charging, and then you would see your temperature. Of course, if your problem with battery is very large, you can always just go into contact support, or you can go into, for example, the Google Workshop or Google Store and have your phone checked there. It's completely up to you. But generally speaking, if the temperature is okay, like it's okay to hold your phone in your hands, and it's not very dangerous, like it's not burning or up, you probably are just good to go. And yeah, that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to fix speaker not working on your Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. So first, what you guys want to do is check the volume levels in these settings. So let's unlock the device. And now let's open up the app drawer and select settings. Now, here we are at the main page, and now we want to click on sound and vibration. Here we want to adjust the volume, and basically you guys can max it out here. It's totally up to you, but I recommend setting it up just like I have right here. And after that, what you guys can do is clean the speaker drills with the soft brush to get rid of any dust or debris that may be inside. Now, after cleaning it, what you guys can do is make sure that Bluetooth is not rerouted anywhere. So, for an example, your car, your headphones, or any other device. So go to connected devices, and now click on connection preferences. Here select Bluetooth and make sure that use Bluetooth is gray and not blue. So make sure that it's gray and that it's disabled. Now, what you guys can do after disabling the Bluetooth is updating your software. So it's also very crucial to do that because it can fix a lot of glitches, including your speaker not working properly or not working at all. So as you guys can see, here we are at the main page. Now let's scroll down until we see system, and here in the system we have the software updates. So here we have software updates. Now let's click on system update, and as you guys can see, I have a system update available, but my battery is just too low, and it is also in the battery saving mode. So as you guys can see, this update fixes critical bugs and improves the performance and stability of our device. So downloading this update can fix your speaker that is not working. So that's it for the video. I hope it was helpful. If it was, then leave a like, subscription, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to fix the screen flickering on your Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. So first, what you guys want to do is go over and adjust the brightness in the display settings. So unlock the device. Now let's go over to the settings. Here I am on the main page. Now what we want to do is we're going to go over to the display and touch, and right here change the brightness level. So click here and now change the brightness. So now disable the adaptive brightness settings, and after that, if this didn't help, then go over to the Play Store and right here search for the screen dimmer and then OLED saver. Now download the first app right here, and I'll also open it when ready. It will take a couple of times, so I'll just open it like that. Let's go over and grant the first permission. So to control our brightness, now to adjust the overlay, so it's normal, now click allow, and after that grant permission for notifications. Now we can enable the service right here. As you guys can see, it does work, but in the camera now this one is flickering a bit, so it's normal. Now if you just do not like it, then disable it and then change your brightness. Back here in the control center. So now as you guys can see, the screen dimmer app works, and if still you have the flickers on your screen, then go over to the settings and make sure that you're running the latest version of the Pixel. So go back to the main page. Now here scroll down until you see system, and now go over and select the software updates. Here click on the system update, and as you guys can see, I have a system update available myself, but my battery is just too low and I'm also in the power saving mode. So I cannot do the update now, but as you guys can see, this update fixes critical bugs and improves the performance and stability of your device. So this can definitely fix our screen flickering, and that's basically it. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, then leave a like, subscription and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to fix microphone not working on your Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. So first, what you guys need to do is clean out the microphone port, and the best way to do that is by getting a soft brush. So whenever you try to use something metallic, then you will simply have many problems, including even damaging of the port at worst. So you definitely do not want to do that. Now you want to make sure that it's something non-metallic, and now after trying and cleaning that out from dust or debris, you guys can go over and wait for the system to load. Now we're gonna check if our microphone is working, so you guys can check it in the either voice recorder app. So you guys can go over here and go to recorder app, or just call somebody. So I'll click get started. Now we'll allow the notifications and I'll keep it offline. Now click not now, and as you guys can see, we can start a recording like that, and we can see that our microphone is now working. So I can be quiet for a while, and now it's not moving, but whenever I talk, then it does move. So this is how we exactly know that this works. Here you also got the transcript to see if the recording actually captures your voice perfectly. So that's how you guys can do that. Now I'll stop the recording, and now the recording is stopped, And after that, after checking the mic in the voice recorder app, if it's still not working for you, then what you guys can do is update your software to fix any mic glitches. So go over to the settings, and right here in the settings we want to go over to the system. Now here in the system we want to click on software updates, and here click on system update. As you guys can see, I have the system update available, but I am in the battery saving mode and my battery is low, so I cannot update it right now. It's 600 megabytes for me, and as you guys can see, it fixes critical bugs and improves the performance and stability of our device. So it's worth to update it. It can fix a lot of glitches, including the microphone not working. So that's it for the video. I hope it was helpful. If it was, don't leave a like, subscription, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to fix no sound during calls on your Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. So first, what you guys want to do is unlock the phone. So now after you unlock it, you need to check the volume during a call using the side buttons on the right side. So here you guys can check your call volume. Now this phone has the call volume settings in the app, so open up these settings right here. Now go to the sound and vibration, and right here you guys can change the call volume, so you guys can turn it, for an example, to the max. And now what you guys can do after that is disable the Bluetooth to rule out any connected devices. So go to connected devices, now connection preferences, go to Bluetooth, and here disable the Bluetooth. Now after disabling the Bluetooth, what you guys want to do is go over and clean the earpiece that is right up here. You guys won't clean it with a microfiber cloth, for an example. You need a brush for it, and I recommend using a soft brush so you do not damage anything with the brush being too tough. And after that, what you guys can do is go over and call somebody to see if that fixed the issue. So you guys can choose either the phone app, and here select a random number. I do not have my SIM card right now, but just call somebody. You guys can use either the phone app, you guys can use any app that supports the call systems, for an example WhatsApp, Viber, or pretty much anything else. So it's totally up to your preference now, but just hop on a test call and see if everything is fixed. Now if it isn't, then what you guys want to do is turn off the smartphone or restart it. So go over to the control center, open it twice, and click right here on the right corner at the bottom, click restart. Now our phone is restarting, and I'll see you guys in a second once it restarts completely. So now if the phone is still having no sound during calls after the restart, then what you guys want to do is bring it into the service center and see if it isn't the hardware issue. So that's basically it for the video. I hope it was helpful. If it was, don't leave a like, subscription, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to fix the ghosted problem on your Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. So, what you guys want to do first is remove the screen protector or case, but let me tell you why. Basically, whenever you have a screen protector that's just not applied properly, it's just not fitting, or it's misaligned, or basically it's a cheap copy of something, just not like mine, but this one is actually misplaced and it's misaligned. So this might cause the ghosted problems for me. I haven't experienced it yet, but I'm pretty sure I will soon if I just do not change the screen protector. Now for a case, if they had bad dummy phones, then they can just cover up a little bit of the screen, and that's how you guys can have the ghostage problem. So a ghostage problem is a problem when the phone registers a click even though you did not make that move. So for an example, you click here and your phone after a while, or you don't even have to click, the phone after a while will just click by itself, and it won't be you, it won't be your friend or family trying to prank you. No, it won't be, it will be your own phone because of the ghostage problem. Now, it can also be the issue of your screen being dirty, so make sure to get rid of any debris or moisture or dirt or dust, and also your fingerprints, by just swiping on the screen. So remember, never go too hard on the device. Now it looks very clean and it also looks perfect. So now, as a last resort, is updating your software. It can help you a lot, and I feel like this is the best way. So go over to the settings and scroll down to the system. Here in the system, we want to go over to the software updates. So go to software updates and click on system update. Now here, as you guys can see, I have a system update available, but I'm not able to do that because my battery is too low and it's also in the power saving mode. So this update fixes critical bugs and improves the performance and stability of our device. So that basically means it can fix a lot of critical bugs, including the ghostage problem, and it can also improve the performance and stability of our device, blah blah blah. So this is how we know that this update could definitely fix our ghostage problem. So make sure you do updates like these, and that's basically it for the video. So I hope it was helpful. If it was, then leave a like, subscription, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got a Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to use secret codes on this device. So let's start with opening the dialer and tapping on the keypad, because this is the place where we can enter all of those codes. And let me start with the shortest one, which is *##06#. And as you can see, by this code we are provided with both the main numbers and a serial number of this device. Let's tap on OK. Another code, which is actually pretty similar to the previous one, it is *##07#. And here we are in the regulatory label, so we can check the exact model of this device, the head and the body, and more information right here. Let's tap on OK, and another code which should open the calendar information. It is *##225#*##*#. So here we are in the calendar info. So basically we can check the events gathered in one place. We can check some family events, some holidays in the country, and events attached to your mail. Basically, here they are gathered in one place, and unfortunately we cannot really tap on the specific section and enter it. So all we can see here is the overall count of the specific events in specific categories. Another code is will open the diagnostic information. It is *##426#*##*#. And here we are in the diagnostic, so we can check the server, host, port, time connected. We can also tap on events at the top, and here we've got some further details. After tapping on the three-dot icon, we can show advanced view. So just tap on it, tap on advanced view, and tap on the status. And here we've got more information. So for example, the heartbeat, last ping, or HB algorithm. Let's go back and let me show you the last code for today's video, which is *##4636#*##. And here we are in the testing mode, so we can check the phone info, user statistics, and Wi-Fi info. So after tapping on the specific category, we'll open more options. So here, for example, we can check the status, we can refresh the stats, and check the info such as the network state, SSID, or network ID. You can also run ping tests here. Let's go back. Here we've got usage statistics, and basically this is the list of all apps which are currently installed on your device, and with the information of last time used and usage time. You can change the sorting type, it's up to you. and the phone information where you can check the info such as email number again, car network, data service, voice service, etc. Be aware because you need to have your SIM card inserted to be actually able to check all of those data. That's why we cannot really check anything in my case because I do not have my SIM. Here we can also run ping test, and at the top, or actually right here in the right upper corner, we've got 3 dots icon, and here we can also enable data connection or view service dialing numbers. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to easily fix the low volume problem on your Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. So first, what you guys want to do is go over and adjust the media and the call volume in the settings. So here, I'll quickly unlock my phone. Now, let's open up the settings app. And right here in the settings app, what we want to do first is we want to go over to the sound and vibration. Now here we have the media volume and the call volume. You guys can adjust it up to yourself. It's already adjusted up to me, so it's totally up to you, but make sure that there's definitely some volume. So for example, this is the lowest one the media has whenever we're checking our low volume problem. And of course, I bumped the call volume all the way to right. So after bumping it all out, what you guys want to do is make sure that you disable do not disturb mode in the settings. So D&D mode, whenever you're using it, you may know that there's no sounds or no notifications, no anything. So this also can cause the low volume problem, and it is a glitch. It sometimes can happen without you even noticing, but if you did notice it now, then that might be it. So go over to the main page of the settings again. Now here in the main page, we want to go over to modes and click on do not disturb. Now as you guys can see, for me it was turned on, so I'll quickly turn off the do not disturb mode, and as you guys can see, now our D&D is disabled, so we do not have to worry about that. Now what we can do is we can clean the speaker grills, and they are right here. Now here we have them, and if you want to clear them, then make sure that you do it properly so you don't damage them and that you actually do not make it even worse. So make sure that you clean them thoroughly and that they are clean. So now after cleaning the speakers, what you guys can do is update your software. It can fix a lot of audio glitches, including the low volume problem. So go over to the main page of the settings. Now scroll down until you guys see the system, and here in the system we just want to click on software updates. Here in the software update, select system update, and as you guys can see, I have the update available, but my battery is just too low, or it's in the power saving mode, and actually it's both. So this update fixes critical bugs and improves the performance and stability on our device. So we definitely want to update it. So I cannot do that right now because of my low battery, but as you guys can see, this is only 600 megabytes, it's even less than that. So it's nothing, and it will update in like 5 to 10 minutes max, and it can fix a lot, including the audio glitches. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, then leave a like, subscription, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to fix your Wi-Fi not working on Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. Let's begin! So, first of all, we want to expand our control center and then press and hold onto the internet icon. Now, you want to make sure that you have it actually enabled, otherwise it just won't work. Then, we want to navigate into our network we want to choose. So, for example, I will choose this one. Of course, currently my network won't really work because I'm just not connected to my network. So, let's input its password. But of course, if you don't really know where you can find that password, I would just advise you to search for around the router, because usually the password is, well, it's not always the case, but usually it's some sort of sticker next to the router or under the router. And of course, if you can't really find it, you can always scan the QR code from a family member or like your friend or roommate or whoever else. So now we can go to connect. And we are connected. And of course, if it's not working for you, you can always go into disconnect. You can leave it for a moment and you can try to connect to it once again. However, if your Wi-Fi isn't still working, you can just always click forget and try to reconnect to it once again. Or alternatively, we can go in here and press this reset icon, which will just reset our internet to its base setting. This does the same thing that would happen if you would restart your phone from the scratch, but instead of restarting everything, it only restarts your device, which I believe is really, really cool. And is this all for this video? Well, nope. Usually the Wi-Fi isn't working not because something is odd with your phone, but because something is odd with your router instead. So what you want to do is you want to just reboot your router. How you can do it? Well, luckily for you, you can easily do that by just heading into your router and unplugging it from electricity. This way, you're going to restart it, and you probably want to leave it unplugged for a couple of seconds, maybe like a few minutes, and then you want to plug it once again. If it's not working, then there is something very, very wrong going on. And luckily for you, you can just use the ability to connect and contact your internet provider. Because if you don't really have anything, if you don't really have your internet and yet you're paying for it, you probably want to contact your internet provider and ask them what's going on. Because if you have already tried everything, so if you have already reconnected back to your Wi-Fi, if you have rebooted your Wi-Fi on your phone, and if you have rebooted your router, and yet you still don't have Wi-Fi, then there's probably something wrong with the Wi-Fi itself. And you just want to contact your internet provider and ask them, like, hey man, what's going on? I'm paying for this and yet I have no internet connection. But yeah, that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Welcome. In front of me is a Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and today I'll show you how you can enable and also set up your Do Not Disturb mode. So, to get started, you will want to swipe down from the top of your screen like so, and then do that once more to extend the list of visible toggles. Now we are looking for the Do Not Disturb toggle, which usually looks like a moon icon. And no, it's actually right here. So it's labeled as mode. Now if I tap on it, you can see it extends and gives us the Do Not Disturb mode, bedtime, and other ones. So for you, it might say something else, or it could also say modes. You can also see right here we have Do Not Disturb mode as a toggle, so if I click on the icon itself, it's going to quickly turn on the Do Not Disturb mode. Now, first time around, you might not have this visible, but some other icon. So it would only become visible once you select one of them, and from this point on, it will show you the last used icon. And we can test this out. Maybe not this one. This. Nope, apparently I can't turn on anyone without actually setting it up apart from Do Not Disturb mode. Great freaking design. Anyway, so that's how you would turn on. Now let's go into the setting it up. We can go into here and hold this Do Not Disturb mode, and this will take us to the settings. And here you can choose what people will be able to bypass this, what apps will be able to bypass this mode, and also alarms and other interruptions. Now bypass meaning once it's enabled. Now below that we have display settings and also duration for quick settings. This is probably one of the nicer options right here, the last one, which defines what will happen when you manually turn it on. By default, it is designed to run indefinitely in the background. Personally, I'm a smooth brain, so I would forget about it, and then basically anyone who tries to contact me can't. So I like to set it up for a specific amount of time, which is the middle option, and increase it to something that would cover whatever the need it is I have for it. So if I need it for 2 hours, obviously setting it for 1 hour would not be good enough. So I'll be setting it for at least 2 or 3, but I want to prepare for the future. I might need it for more than 2 hours. So I don't ever think I would need it for 4 hours. So this is basically what I consider like a good option. It will cover any kind of need I have for it that day, plus probably a little bit of time extra. So when I forget to turn it off, the device will do that for me. Let's click on OK. Now when you want to enable it, find the toggle and simply tap on it. And the way it's set for me right now, it will run for 4 hours, at which point it's going to turn itself off. But like I said, if I remember, I can do that myself before that timer runs out. Now in the settings right here, we should also have options to set a schedule, but I actually don't see one. Interesting. Okay then. Anyway, that about sums it up. So if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to fix headphones not detected on your Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. So first, what you guys want to do is check your headphones. So check the headphones with another device, so try connecting them. If you're using the USB-C adapter, then you guys can also check the charging port, because dust can block the connection, and you guys can check it. If it's dusty or dirty, then clean it with a soft brush and it should be all good. Now, if you are not using a certified adapter and you're using a knockoff from Temu for an example, then I would recommend buying a certified adapter because they can work much better. Also, when they're certified, then it is proven for them to work, so you do not have to worry about that. And you guys can also test with another pair of headphones. So you'll grab another pair and you'll see if they work or not. Now, what you guys can also do if you're using the Bluetooth headphones is turn Bluetooth off and on. So here we are. Now we need to unlock our device, and all we have to do is enter the settings app. So open up the settings, now go to network and internet, then go over, sorry, not the network and internet, but the connected devices, I'm sorry. And here we go to connection preferences, Bluetooth, and here we make sure that our Bluetooth is gray and not blue. So for example, now it is turned on, we can see the device name and everything. Now we cannot see our device name, and as you guys can see, the Bluetooth is just turned off. So now turn it on and try and see if that fixed the issue. If not, then you can forget and repair the headphones that you had. And you guys can also charge the headphones fully, because when you do not charge them fully, then they can also be less possible to connect to it. So it is possible, but for some reason there's a 1 in a million chance that when your headphones are actually not fully charged, and even though if they're charged to like 80 or 70%, then they just won't connect. So make sure that you charge them fully before pairing them, and I would recommend avoiding any device interference. So for example, your other tablet that was connected to the headphones, it can connect the headphones to the other device and not yours. So be careful for the interference, and as a last resort, what you guys can do is update your software, because it might be also the issue why your headphones are not detected. So go over to the main page of the settings, Now scroll down until you see System, and here in the system, go to Software Updates. Click on System Update, and as you guys can see, I've got a pending update, but my battery is just too low, or it's in the battery saving mode. Actually, it's both. So this update fixes critical bugs and improves the performance and stability of our device. So this update could definitely fix our headphones not being detected. So that's what you guys can do. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, then leave a like, subscription, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to free up storage without removing the apps. So first of all, I highly recommend to remove cache. So let's start by opening the settings. Here at the top we have to find this apps section and tap on it, and then go to see all 42 apps, of course 42 in my case. And here we've got the list of apps which are currently installed on our device, and what I highly recommend to do is to go through all of them, especially those which are using frequently, but as I said, all of them is fine. And remove cache. So for example, let me open the contacts, just tap on the app and then go to storage and cache. Here we've got this cache section, and basically cache files are junk files which are saved by your device. They are not necessary for the proper usage of the app, but they are occupying some memory. So I highly recommend to simply tap on clear cache. Your device will immediately delete them, and thanks to it you will release some memory. I do not recommend tapping on clear storage unless you wish to have a brand new app without any kind of data, etc. So after going through those apps and removing cache, I highly recommend to simply reset your device. So just press the power button and press it long enough until you see this pop-out window, and then tap on reset. Basically, the reset operation will kind of confirm all of the changes you've made thanks to removing the cache. So this is how to release some memory. The second way is to check your downloads, because let's be honest, usually we are downloading a lot of stuff and then we forget about it. So I highly recommend to simply find your file manager. It doesn't matter whether you're using this one or any kind of third-party manager. Just go to the files and then find the downloads, and basically tap on it and go through all of those files you've got here and decide which one can be removed, because sometimes we're storing a lot of files which are really large and they're occupying a lot of memory. Or we've got duplicated files, or we've got the files which we are not using at all and we don't really need them. So try to remove something from the downloads. And as a third option, I highly recommend considering a backup. We've got a detailed video of how to enable the backup on this device and how to back up your data. You can check our video. I highly recommend that. Basically, you can choose any kind of platform you wish. You can use OneDrive, you can use Dropbox, whatever site, whatever area you wish. But it is a really nice option, because not only you will copy and back up your photos and videos, which usually occupy a lot of memory, so you will have a copy of them. Moreover, you will keep them in a safe place, because if something's wrong with your device, for example, it will stop working suddenly, then you will lose the access to your files. So I highly recommend the backup because of that. And the second or the third advantage, I believe, is that you will be able to remove your photos and videos from your device's memory. Thanks to it, you will release the memory and you won't have to remove the apps. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
Welcome, in front of me is Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and in this video I will show you what to do if your face recognition scanner doesn't recognize your face correctly. So let's set up a new face model for this device, and let's do it better this time. Start by entering the settings and then scroll down to security and privacy section right here, then tap on it, scroll down to device unlock, then open this menu and then tap on face. Enter your PIN code to confirm and tap enter. Then if you have any previously set up face models on this phone, remove them by tapping right here and confirming. And before you add a new face model, first grab a dry towel and wipe the surface of your frontal camera carefully, just to make sure that you can clearly see your face in this camera. And for the same reason, adjust the lights in your room. Okay, and once you're ready, tap add face, then scroll down and select I agree, then tap start, then center your face in the camera, center your face in the circle that you see in front of you, then move your head up and tilt it down, then tap done. And now, to make sure that everything works correctly this time, let's also check if this device is up to date. Because keeping your device up to date, keeping your software in touch with the hardware, so it's better to know that everything works properly on the phone. To do this, you have to go back to settings menu, then find system, open it, and then find software updates, tap right here, and if you see a system update available, then tap right here. Also, of course, if you want to check if you have any updates, you have to swipe down the control center and check if you have connection to the internet, either using Wi-Fi or mobile data. Okay, and as you can see, there is an update available. So in order to perform an update, you have to restart your phone by tapping restart now. But also, if there are no updates for your device, you just have to restart your phone to make sure that the changes applied. To do this, press the power button and the volume up key at the same time, then select restart and reboot your phone. Now I will do it this way. Now let's wait until the phone restarts, and then let's check if the face that we added works properly to unlock this phone. And once the phone is restarted, let's first unlock it using the PIN code. Then wait for your device to start. And then let's lock it and try to unlock it using our face. Okay, so it worked perfectly for the first time. Let's try it one more time. Okay, it went pretty smoothly. Okay, and as you can see, everything works great for me, and I hope that it does for you too now. And if this video helped you, please consider subscribing to our channel, leave us a like and a comment below, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to easily fix the touchscreen not responding on your Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. So first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over and remove the screen protector or case because it can cause the interference, and let me explain why. Now, removing the case, if it's made out of a bad dummy phone, if it's covering a bit too much of the screen, more than it should, then that's a good idea. Now for the screen protector, if it's just poorly applied, if it's misaligned, or if it's just not fitting right onto your screen, as you guys can see, mine is definitely not fitting, but still I do not have any problems with my touchscreen, then that's a good reason to remove it and replace it with the original one. Now, what you guys can do is clean the screen with a microfiber cloth, so you're getting rid of any moisture, any debris, or anything, even your fingerprints. So you just swipe it a couple of times and your phone looks brand new. Make sure to not go too hard on the device, and if you're just going too hard, then I hope you do not crack it. Now, as you guys can see, our device is shiny and clean, and after that, what we can do is we can just force restart our phone to refresh the system. So to force restart this device, what we're gonna do is we're gonna press the power button first to go over here. Now press the volume up and the power button and keep on holding it. So now keep on holding those two buttons and soon our screen should go black. As you guys can see, this is what happens. And it's normal because it's just a glitch. Now as you guys can see, everything is fine. We can let go of our keys now. And if we do not see the Google logo appearing in the next 5 seconds, so right about now, we just hold the power button. So as you guys can see, now we will see the logo. And we should be able to get into our device. So this process is always taking this long. It's normal, and I expected it to be 5 seconds because every single forced restart I did on this device was between 5 to 10 seconds. But this is taking definitely too long, so I'll just see you guys whenever the logo appears. So as you guys can see, after a while it's appearing. Now our phone is turning back on. So as you guys can see, what you saw on the screen, the little pixel part, it was a glitch. So it's normal if it also happens to you, as I've said before. Now as you guys can see, after the restart, we refreshed our entire system, and now if our touchscreen is still not responding very well, then we can update our software. So it's very important to do so. Go over to the settings, and here in the settings we want to go over and scroll down to system. Now in the system we have the software updates, so click on it and then click on system update. As you guys can see, I have an update available, but my battery is just too low and it's also in the power saving mode, so that's why I cannot do it. Now, this update fixes critical bugs and improves the performance and stability of your device. So as you guys can see, this update can fix any crucial thing, including the touchscreen not responding. And that's basically what you guys can do. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, then leave a like, subscription, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to fix up crashing. Alright, so for the purpose of this video, let's pretend I've got problems with Google Chrome. So for example, I cannot really open it because it crashes and I cannot really use that. So the first thing I highly recommend to do is to tap on it and hold it, and then tap on App Info. Here, I highly recommend to, first of all, force stop, tap on it and tap on OK, because sometimes if it works in the background and it was not fully closed before, it might interfere with opening it again. So again, force stop, OK, be sure, then go to storage and cache. And here we've got this cache section. Cache are junk files which are saved by your device, but they are not necessary for the proper usage of the app. Moreover, they actually might interfere and cause some problems. So I highly recommend to simply tap on clear cache, and after that, after the force stop and removing cache, you can try to open the Chrome again, or any other app, of course. If that won't work, then come back to this section, tap on force stop again, try to remove cache if there's any, and to restart your device. And to do that, simply press the power button, which is right here, press long enough until you'll see this pop-out window, and then tap on restart. Your device will be automatically powered off and then powered on again. And this operation should confirm all of the changes you've made. And try to open the Chrome. If that didn't work, then I highly recommend to go to the Play Store and check for the updates, because sometimes the older versions of the apps might have some problems. So go to the Play Store. Let me go back. First of all, you need the internet connection for that. so use Wi-Fi or mobile data, but I highly recommend to use Wi-Fi. And then you have to be logged in, so you can log in after entering the Play Store, or you can do it in the devices settings. Just check our tutorial of how to add or remove a Google account in this specific device. So after entering the Play Store, just tap on search here and enter the Chrome, so the name of the app which causes some problems. Tap on it, and here we've got the information about the Chrome, we've got it installed, so we've got this option update, and I highly recommend to tap on it. Okay, here we've got some problems, so there's no internet connection for some reason, but I'm connected. But that's okay, let me simply explain. Just tap on update, and your device will basically download the update, and then it will save it over the older version. If that didn't work, because sometimes it might happen, then I highly recommend to come back to this section, tap on the Google Chrome, so we will have a different section here, and tap on uninstall. So first of all, we will uninstall the app completely. Wait, you can restart your device after uninstalling the app to confirm everything, and after that, after turning it on again, come back to the same section and install the Google Chrome again, because if there is an update and if there is a newer version, it's better to actually download the newer version instead of overwriting or oversaving it on the older one, and hopefully it will work. If not, as a last resort, I highly recommend to check your system update. And all you have to do is to go to the settings, right here, scroll down to find the system, and go to software updates, and tap on system update. Basically here your device will try to find the update, and if you've got anything available, then you will be able to tap on download or install, and I highly recommend to apply the update, because it might help you with the problems with apps. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
Welcome, in front of me is Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and in this video I will show you what to do if you cannot access your device using your lock screen pattern. In such case, the first thing that you should try to do is try your best to remember the pattern that you used the last time when you successfully accessed your device. And in case you cannot remember it, then the best solution for you would be to try and reach out to Google customer support service, tell them about your issue, and if you can prove the ownership of your smartphone to them, for example by showing them a receipt from the store where you bought the phone, then they will be able to help you out with this problem and will unlock your device without removing any personal data from it. In case this option is unavailable for you for any reason, you can still perform a factory reset operation, which will also let you regain access to your smartphone, though it will affect in removing all data from your phone. And you can perform this operation both locally and remotely. First, I'm going to show you what to do if you want to perform this operation remotely. Access any other of your smartphones or any other device basically that has an internet connection. Open your web browser on it and find this service. So find the Find Hub by Google, then sign into your Google account that is linked with this smartphone, and go to your devices list. On your devices list, select Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and then select the last option for this phone, which is the factory reset operation. This will begin the factory reset process, and once the factory reset process is finished, you'll be able to use your device as a new device. And if you cannot access this service, you can still perform a factory reset operation remotely or locally, by accessing the recovery mode on this smartphone. And if you don't know or aren't sure how to do this, you can check the entire video on our channel explaining how to perform factory reset operation on your Google Pixel 10 Pro XL step by step. So if you need that video, go ahead and check it out. And now if you in case you do remember your lock screen pattern that you used the last time you successfully accessed your device, but your phone still doesn't want to accept it, then we can try to do the same thing. I mean, entering your pattern, but in the safe mode. Because in the safe mode, there are no third-party applications that may affect the way your lock screen behaves, and your phone is simply less laggy. So there is a good chance that you'll be able to access your device in the safe mode. And to enter the safe mode, you have to press the side button or the power button and the volume up button at the same time. Then hold your finger down on the power off option and then tap OK once you see this window appearing on your screen. Then wait until your device is restarted. Once your smartphone is restarted, in the safe mode, you'll be able to see this this indicator in the bottom left corner of the screen. Now try to enter your lock screen pattern, and in case you succeed, the next step should be entering your settings, going to security and privacy settings, open device unlock, screen lock, enter your pattern once again and tap none to remove your lock screen pattern. And now we just have to restart the phone by pressing the power button and the volume up key at the same time and selecting restart. After that, your device will restart and you'll be able to use it just as usual. And that's it. I hope that this video helped you, and if it did, please consider subscribing to our channel, leave us a like and a comment below, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome, in front of me is Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and in this video I will show you what to do if you forgot the lock screen password to your device. Of course, the best decision would be to take your time and try to remember the password that you used the last time when you successfully entered your device. But in case you really cannot remember it, then the best solution would be to first try to reach out to Google customer support service, because if you can prove the ownership of your smartphone to them, they will be able to let you regain access to your smartphone without removing any personal data from your device. But if this option is unavailable for you too, you can still perform a factory reset operation in order to regain access to your phone, and this operation will result in removing all data from your device and setting it up as a new smartphone, but it will surely let you regain access to your smartphone. And there are two ways that you can do this, both locally and remotely. Now I will start with the remote factory reset, explaining. So in order to remotely factory reset your smartphone, you have to use any other device that you that has an internet access on it. Enter the web browser on this device. Then what you have to do is enter the Find Hub service or Find Hub's website by Google. Then sign in to your Google account that is linked with this smartphone of yours. Go to the devices list on the website. Find your Google Pixel 10 Pro XL on this list. Select it and select Factory Reset Operation in order to perform it. Once the factory reset operation is finished, you'll be able to set up your smartphone once again. And if you don't have access to this menu, then you can still perform a factory reset operation on your smartphone, but To do this, you're gonna have to enter the recovery mode, and if you are not sure how to enter or how to manage the recovery mode on this smartphone, we have an entire video called how to perform factory reset operation through recovery on Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. So if you need that video to help you out, then go ahead and check it out. And now I'm gonna show you one more way to regain access to your device, which will only way in case you do remember the password that you used the last time when you successfully accessed your device. It's just that your phone doesn't accept this password on this screen. This might be caused by some third-party applications that affect that your lock screen behaves. Maybe they make your phone more laggy, and that is why your phone simply doesn't accept your password. In such case, we can enter the safe mode and enter the password from there. To do this, you have to press the power button and the volume up key at the same time, then hold down your finger on the power off option, and once you see this message on your screen, tap OK and just wait until your device is restarted. Once you are in the safe mode, you will see this indicator in the bottom left corner of the screen, and here just try to enter your password once again and try to enter your phone. And just in case you succeed, the next thing you should do is enter your settings, then enter the security and privacy menu, enter the device unlock menu, select screen lock, then enter your password once again and select none to remove your current screen lock. Then just hold down the power button and the volume up key once again, select restart and wait until your device is rebooted. After that, you'll be able to use it as regular. And that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If it helps you, please consider subscribing to our channel, leave us a like and a comment below, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome, in front of me is Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and in this video I will show you what to do if you cannot access your device using your security PIN code. First of all, make sure that you're trying to enter the right PIN code. This is the page where you have to enter your security PIN code, so not the SIM card PIN code. I'm only telling you that because these two PIN codes are often mistaken for each other, so just make sure that you're trying to enter the security PIN code that you set up yourself. And if there is no way that you can remember it, then the only solution, the best solution for you would be to try to reach out to Google customer support service, tell them about your issue, and if you can prove the ownership of your smartphone to them, they will most likely be able to help you out with your problem and will let you regain access to your smartphone without removing any personal data from your device. Now, if this option is unavailable for you, the only solution remaining is factory reset operation. You can perform it both remotely and locally. In any case, it will remove all data from your phone, but it will surely let you restore your password and will let you regain access to your device and will let you use it as a new one. So, if you want to perform factory reset operation remotely, you just have to use any of your other devices. Just sign into your other device, then open the web browser on any other device and find this website. So find Hub by Google and sign into your Google account that is linked with this smartphone. Then go to the devices list right here, then select your Google Pixel 10 Pro XL from the list and select the last option, which is factory reset. And once your device is fully reset, you'll be able to set it up as a new device. Now, if you cannot use this service, then you can still perform a factory reset operation using recovery mode on your smartphone. And if you don't know how to use or manage recovery mode on this device, then we have a full video on our channel titled how to perform factory reset through recovery mode on Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. So if you need that video to help you out, then go ahead and check it out. Now, the last solution I have for you is would only work in case if you do remember your PIN code. It's just that you cannot enter it on this page. Your phone simply doesn't accept it. So in such case, let's try to do the same thing in the safe mode, because in safe mode there are no third-party applications that would affect the way that your lock screen behaves, and your phone is simply less laggy. So it's a great solution if you do remember your PIN code. Now, to enter the safe mode, you have to press the power button and the volume up button at the same time until you see this menu. Then hold your finger down on the power off and then tap OK once you see this window on your screen. Then just wait until your smartphone is restarted. And when you are in the safe mode, you will see this indicator in the bottom left corner of your device's display. Here, try to unlock your device using your PIN code, and in case you succeed, let your device start, then scroll down to Settings, open your settings and go to Security and Privacy, then go to Device Unlock, then select Screen Lock, enter your PIN code to confirm, and now remove your screen lock by pressing None, tap Delete to confirm, and now just restart your phone by pressing the power button and the volume up key once again and selecting Restart. And after that, you'll be able to use your phone once again. Thank you for watching this video. If it helped you, please consider subscribing to our channel, leave us a like and a comment below, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to improve battery life for Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. Let's begin! Improving the battery life is actually surprisingly easy thanks to the battery settings. First of all, you want to simply go down here into the settings and enter battery. Now, you want to go into battery diagnostics, and we can simply go into battery draining too quickly. And in here, we should see the battery health and some information about how we can make battery last longer. First of all, we have two most important settings that have big impact on our battery life, and it's basically the screen display. As you can see, we can enable the dark theme, and we can enable the ability for screen brightness to change automatically. Also, we have apps using more battery, and in here we have basically the battery usage. Usually, if you don't really have very battery-hungry social media apps, you should be good to go. But let's go back to that screen display. We can go into display and touch. By the way, if you want to just go into display, touch and settings normally, you can do it by heading to the settings, scrolling down and going into display and touch. In here we have a couple of things to change, but first of all, why do we want to change this display and touch settings in the first place? Well, this is because if we go to our battery usage, and if we switch from view by apps to view by systems, we'll notice that actually screen has very big battery usage. Of course, it's really depending if we are using it on par with CPU or not, and things like mobile network and camera also may increase the battery usage, but as you can see, these two have the biggest impact on the battery overall, meaning that, well, if you have a higher screen usage and very high CPU usage, your battery won't really last very long, and so will you battery life. Yeah, never mind. So let's go back to our settings for display and touch here, and let's check a few things. For example, we can enable adaptive brightness. Now automatically our brightness should naturally drop down if it needs to, so we won't have as much battery usage as before. Second, screen timeout. Generally speaking, the higher the value here, the higher battery usage, so having that relatively low, set to for example 30 seconds or even 15, is very good. But excuse me, HardReset.Info guy, I can hear you asking, how about I don't really like that, because then my phone randomly disables itself when I'm actually using it, and that's completely valid. If that's the case, like that was my case here, you want to make sure that you have the adaptive timeout and screen attention turned on. Yes, this will need to actually use your camera. As you can see, you have this here. But it will be you will have the ability to have shorter timeout, which will decrease the battery usage. So I believe this is very good. Also, we have the dark theme. Now, many people can actually be asking why dark theme, especially. This is because many phones nowadays are using OLED screens, meaning that the brighter the pixel on the screen, the higher the battery usage to actually display it. So if you're going to flip the ratio, meaning that now the biggest amount of pixels are actually darker, they will just use less battery, and I think that's sort of beautiful. And finally, we can scroll all the way down and make sure that smooth display is turned off and screen resolution is turned to high resolution, not max resolution. This way we are cutting off the amount of pixels, and we are cutting off by half the amount of refresh rate each pixel has to do. And I think that's also pretty cool. Okay, so that was plenty of things related to display. Let's go back to our battery diagnostics, battery draining too quickly, and finally we have screen display. So as you can see, we have both of dark on theme enabled. We also have apps using more battery. Once again, in this, there's only one thing you want to do. You want to simply go into the application that uses a lot of battery. For example, let's pretend that this Firefox here is sort of like Facebook or something, some big social media application like this. And now all you want to do is simply uncheck the allow background usage, and now said application should have much less battery usage. And I think that's also pretty cool. Also, we can go into this learn how to make your battery last longer, and we should be transferred into the help section, and that will basically show us everything we want to change in order to save more battery. Probably the most important thing of course our phone is the battery health. So we can go into, let's leave this, let's go into the battery health here, battery health articles. We want to go to charging optimization, and you want to make sure that you are actually using the charging optimization. Thanks to that, your battery life should be extended dramatically, hopefully. And to be honest, that's actually all for this video. Yeah, if you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. And if you have more things to share about saving your battery and improving battery life, you can always shoot them down in the comments below. And yeah, see you next time. Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to fix battery drain on Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. Let's begin! So, the battery drain issue is, I believe, the most common issue that people might have on their phones, and there are many different things that actually gather up and use your battery. And luckily for us, we can easily see what exactly is the problem of our battery if we simply go to the settings, then if we go to the battery, and I believe finally we want to go into battery usage. Now we have every single thing that actually used our battery lately, but these are only applications. We can actually switch from applications to systems, and now we know that most of our device is actually used by CPU recently. Though, to be honest, typically you can see the screen being higher in the list, and I believe CPU is here only because we have recently stopped our phone, which is a lot of configuration, a lot of configuring files and all of that, and usually you probably want to get your screen catch up. So we can go here and then we can go into our battery saver. And as you can see, we have a very typical standard battery saver. It will limit some visual effects and background activity, and it will also turn on dark theme if it's not already on. Now, why the dark theme is actually better for battery usage? Well, this is because most screens nowadays are actually OLED screens, meaning that they need less battery to actually display themselves than different screens if majority of your pixels are darker, because if the majority of your pixels are brighter, then they need more battery to display those brighter pixels. Therefore, it's pretty cool if you have less whiter pixels and more darker pixels, and this is why the dark mode comes in. So technically you could just enable this and you could just go. Seriously, this is technically everything you want to do if you want to save your battery life just a little bit. However, this is not really everything. We can, for a moment, leave it off because I'm not a big fan of dark mode when I'm recording. And instead, let's manually try to save our battery. We can do that by, for example, heading into our display and touch here. Now we have brightness levels, and this is very self-explanatory, I believe, but of course if you bump up the brightness, you will increase the battery usage. I believe that this is very, very self-explanatory why is this the case and why it's happening. We also have the ability to enable adaptive brightness. However, from my experience, I know that adaptive brightness usually bumps up your brightness up, not down, which means that it will also automatically bump up your battery usage, and you probably don't want to do that. So I will keep my adaptive brightness off. And then we also have full screen timeout. As you can see, currently I have it set to 5 minutes, which means that roughly after 5 minutes of not using my phone after an activity, my screen should automatically lock itself. This means that if I will lower this value, this means that only after 30 seconds I should be able to, just use our device. Actually not use, because it will lock itself automatically, which I think is pretty cool. And generally speaking, the rule of thumb is that the higher the value here, the higher battery usage, so you can lower it down to even 30 seconds. But hey, Mr. HardReset.Info, I can hear you asking, what if I don't like my phone randomly turning off when I'm actually using it? Well, that's a very good question, and for that I would say just enable these two settings. And thanks to them, this issue is just no longer the case, and I believe this is very, very cool. So now we can leave these settings, and we can also have our dark theme here, but let's ignore it for a moment. Let's scroll down, and we finally have screen resolution. As you can see, we have currently the high resolution, which is actually very, very good, because we could go into max resolution, which would increase our resolution. But if you remember what I was saying, and I was saying about the OLED screens, more battery to display more brighter pixels and all of that, then this means that we don't really want more pixels. So let's keep the resolution quite low. And finally, we have smooth display. And if this is enabled, we should have our refresh rate up 120 Hz, which is quite a lot. So we can disable this, and now we should be able to lock into 60 Hz only, which is very, very good for fixing our battery drain, because now not only we have less pixels to worry about, but they actually refresh twice as low or twice as rare as before, which I believe is very, very good. Also, technically we could go into touch diagnostics, but these aren't really necessary for our battery usage here. And finally, after all of our changes, and of course I didn't really mention it, but you probably want to enable the dark theme as well. But as I said before, I'm not a fan of enabling this in my tutorials, but you probably want to enable it here. So if you remember correctly, I was telling you that most of our battery usage is actually, as you can see here, wasted by screen. But what with the CPU? Well, there's actually a few things we can do to save our CPU usage. It's important to mention that, generally speaking, the apps are the ones that are actually wasting our CPU, because they need the processing power and therefore they use our CPU. So let's actually do something about our applications. We don't really have plenty of it, but if you're using your phone for quite a long time, you probably know that by now you have installed many different social media applications. And unfortunately, social media applications are known for wasting a lot of your battery, because they always want to have the access to your internet, they always want to update your feed, they always want to send your notifications and all of that, and that's just so many raw power that needs to be used just by them, which is, at least for me, quite a waste. So let's head into our settings, let's go into apps, and here we can see all 50 applications. Now let's just say that we have something very interesting like Facebook here, and we actually don't. Oh, they don't really install Facebook right away, that's pretty cool. Okay, but let's just pretend we have something like an Instagram, and let's say that Instagram is now the, I don't know, Gemini or something, or Firefox. If you would go into such application that has higher battery usage, and by the way, you can always go into battery settings and battery usage to see which applications are eating most of your battery. And after that, we can go into our app battery usage, and we can just disallow background usage. Seriously, that's literally it. Yeah, I'm in awe also. So if you have an application that you don't really want to uninstall from your device because it's like social media application or something, you can just disallow the background usage. And yeah, you will probably have some problems with the application. So for example, you won't really see many of notifications. However, it will save your battery. And if you're struggling with this very, very big battery drain, having a bigger battery is usually most worth it than just having some random notifications lying around. And also, there are also many different things that are coming with your battery usage and CPU usage. For example, I was mentioning Facebook. We can of course go into Gmail. Oh, actually, let me quickly stop our Gmail first. Sorry, not the Gmail, the Google Play. And if you would go here and, for example, head into our Facebook, which is I believe, the typical social media application if you want to, we have the ability to see that we have a similar app available, and it's called Facebook Lite. Now, please note that it has 3.9 megabytes of memory. But if we go here, we'll see that normal Facebook actually has 83 megabytes. So that's quite a lot, actually. And generally speaking, you probably just want to have your own light versions of as many applications as you want, and there are actually many different applications you can set this way. For example, I believe that if you go into our browsers, we have the typical Opera browser. As you can see, it is right here. However, we can also go into Opera and type in Mini, and now we have the very, very small version of Opera. And I believe that many different popular applications have these very similar things next to them, and I think that's just very cool. And I believe that this is probably the best way for you to save your battery, to just uninstall apps that you're not really using. If you're using them, you can disallow the background usage, and you can always try to change them to a better application that is a light version. And that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.